Hi, it's Eric with First Choice Realty. On this episode of Around Town Lake Keowee, you and I are sitting down with Ann Sullivan to learn more about her and her law practice in downtown Seneca. Ann, thanks for talking with us today.
Sure.
Why don't we go ahead and you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Okay. My name's Ann Sullivan, and I grew up here in Seneca. I graduated from Seneca High School in 2000, and then I went to Clemson, and I graduated from Clemson in 04.
Right.
And I took 2 years off after Clemson, because you have to take 2 years off after
Sure.
college, right?
I actually did that right in the middle. I was on the 5-year plan.
So for 2 years, because when I was at Clemson, I was on the rowing team, and I was older than some of the girls. So I stayed in Clemson for 2 years and applied for law school. I had a really good time, and got accepted to Elon University School of Law that's in Greensboro. So I moved to Greensboro in 06 and completed law school there, and then I moved home in 2009 and started practicing. And I practiced with 2 local firms here in the area,
Sure.
Tim Merrill and Johnny Fields.
Mm-hmm.
And learned a tremendous amount from them and from their staff as well. And opened this in 2014 and have a staff of 2 people and me, and
Sure.
we're just rolling through it.
Yeah. No turning back now, right?
Yeah, we're in it now.
Yeah.
So.
Do me a big favor for those first-time home buyers, or even when I have clients from another state that are moving here for Lake Keowee or wherever, if they haven't worked with a closing attorney before, and they're used to maybe a title insurance company handling the closing, just go over the seller services that you provide, the buyer services,
Sure.
that kind of thing.
South Carolina is an attorney state, so you have to use an attorney. But I find that most states that aren't attorney states, most people choose to use an attorney anyway. But in South Carolina, it's typical for the attorney to represent both the buyer and the seller.
Right.
So the services we provide is we receive the contract or the title request, and my abstractor searches the title. We do a 40-year search. And then I get the title search back and I review it. I review all the title searches. And if there's an issue or anything that needs to be resolved, I work very closely with my title insurance company, which is Old Republic. I call the title insurance attorney weekly basis.
Sure.
If there's no title issues, which is great, then Rachel, who works with me full-time, and Judy, who works with me part-time, the 3 of us kind of collaborate to get all the information together that we need. That could be payoffs, taxes, HOAs, do we have a new survey, do we need to get a new survey,
Right.
Things like that. So we put all the information together, and then there's also a lot of communication that has to happen. So we always make sure that the buyer's aware of what's going on, the seller, we're going to have to get their payoffs and everything like that. So it's a lot of information gathering, and then it's also a lot of title reviewing. And then the closing's usually in my office. Sometimes we have to do a mail away or things like that.
Sure.
But I think the advantage for an attorney state is that you have an attorney reviewing the title for you. And if there's a title issue, we work it out, or we go back and do what has to be done, and then we are issuing title insurance through whatever company we're an agent for. So.
Gotcha. So tell us, what do you like most about what you do?
Well, it's kind of interesting. The first thing is I really enjoy meeting the clients. People move to this area from all over, and as someone that's from here, it's always interesting to find out why they're here. Of course, it's usually the lakes or the mountains or Clemson football. Who knows? Clemson, sure. I have parents moving here because their kids are going to school here.
I agree.
So I enjoy making that connection in the closing. If it's somebody just relocating, we can usually have some kind of connection because it is a small town. Even though we have so much around us, it is basically a small
Sure.
town. So I like finding a connection in the closing. I like meeting clients and finding out more about them. And then the second thing that's my favorite, which I can't even believe it, but it's reviewing the title work. And that sign, my granddaddy was a realtor in Seneca in the 70s. But why I enjoy title reviewing is I usually do it in my quiet time. I do it on the weekends or in the evening. And each file is a little history lesson of this area.
Sure.
And I see familiar names.
I've never looked at it that way. That's
and
awesome.
It's very neat to me. And actually, I learned things about my family. Granddaddy grew up on a farm here in this area, 100 acres.
Right.
And the first time I was doing a Beacon Shores closing,
Mm-hmm.
I found where he and his mother and his brother had deeded the farm to Crescent in 1967 for
Right.
$32,000
Yeah.
before the lake, of course.
Yeah. 6 years before it was. Yeah. That was
So that was just so neat to find out, because I knew that he grew up on a farm, but now I know that it's some part of Beacon Shores.
Sure.
And also, that's a good title insurance joke. When I'm doing a Beacon Shores closing, I say, you better get title insurance,
That's
because
right.
one day I'm coming for you.
That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
so those are my two things, the clients
Yeah.
and reviewing the title work,
Yeah,
honestly.
That's great. And I'm going to go a little off our script here, right? We're
Okay.
reading this, of course, but now everyone knows why we love you so much. Right? You and your team never drop the ball, and if you do, you take care of it before anybody even knows it. From a realtor standpoint, you care so much about your clients, whether they're the buyer, the seller, whoever's involved. Everybody can tell how much you care about what you do and how important it is to you. So I appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
So Scuttlebutt is, you've got some news that maybe you want to share with everybody?
Yes,
Yeah.
this space is very special to me. I moved in here in 2014,
Right.
and I was solo, completely solo.
Yeah.
Judy came in 2015, Rachel came in 2016. But we are needing more space. This space was perfect for a while. But there's a space across the street on Ramcap that's available
Right.
that we're going to be moving into this month. It's going to be upstairs, but they will have accessibility downstairs if clients need the conference room
Right.
downstairs. We'll have that, and then upstairs we'll have a conference room as well. And Judy will have an office, and
Yeah.
Rachel will have an
Yeah.
office, and I will have an office. So
Yeah.
that's going to
That's
be huge
exciting.
for us.
Absolutely. So tell everyone how they can contact you, since the address is going to change just a little bit, but you're downtown Seneca, right on Ramcat
Ramcat Alley, and we have a website, AnnSullivanLaw.com.
Okay.
The office number is 864-973-8080, and it rolls through to my cell phone.
Sure.
I don't plan on changing that anytime soon. It
Yeah.
rolls through to my cell phone, so on the weekends and the evenings I'm usually available.
That's
So.
awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, I enjoyed
I
it.
appreciate you.
Thanks.
For watching this episode of Around Town Lake Keowee. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, share the video so that everyone can find out more about Ann Sullivan and what her practice has to offer.